Bring greetings, my people, anywhere you are, anywhere you there, anywhere you hear me from. I greet you with two hands like this. You are welcome. Today is the almost we are how many months remain make we count the declaration of the state of Biafra. Hmm? Each month, just make we count down for days. Make we just count down for days. Just say 30. Do you say 32, 33? You can call it 34, even add one extra. It go happen. It go shele. I bring greetings, my people, anywhere you are joining us from this wonderful morning, wonderful noon, wonderful evening. I greet you in the name of Chuku Okike. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always coming. I appreciate your presence. Each time I come online, you join me, you encourage me when I see you coming to watch what I'm doing. That is the greatest encouragement you can give me. Go on, I am with you. That is all you are telling me with your presence here. When you like, you are encouraging me. Even when you comment, you encourage me most. When you share, all encouragement, all the ways. We must continue to do everything to restore the sovereign state of our nation, Biafra. We will not stop at anything because there is nothing to stop for. When you think there is anything to stop for, let me know. Or when you know something that worth stopping for, let me know as well because I would like to know as well. I would like to know as well. I'll be interested in knowing, in finding out, in understanding why we need to stop. That's just the simple truth because me to me, I not enjoy this struggle, but I am doing it because it is something that is needful, something that you must do. You are compelled to do, or you lose your life. It's just like you sometimes breathing. You see people in intensive care. If you go to hospital sometimes, if you have not been going to hospital, try and go to hospital, go into some words, go into some intensive units. You will see how people gasp for air. You will see how people fight to live. You will see how people struggle to breathe in air, this air you breathe freely. You will see how people are struggling to breathe, even with the help of machine. That is just the way we have to struggle to live every day. We die every day because we want to live. Those of us that escape this death today will die tomorrow. And those that escape tomorrow will die the next. Unless we keep fighting until we stop this death from killing us, we must not stop because there is no reason to stop. The only reason to stop is that we are tired of living. We are tired of having our generations stand in the gap when we are not there again. We are tired of having legacies, of having generations. We are tired of having our generations being taken over by some people that called us infidels. That's the only reason you will have to stop. But I bet you nobody wants their lineage, their generation, their names to be wiped off. Nobody just would want to choose to wait for somebody to come and take off their head. We have everything to fight for. We have so many things to discuss, to talk about. We see Nigeria military go to buy abandoned helicopters in South Africa. The helicopters that are abandoned, that have been abandoned for 60 years. They bought it, they repent it, and brought it to Nigeria. And they told Nigeria is a new one, and they collected money for new one. Wonders. they happen for Nigeria. It could always happen for Nigeria. We see the insurgent terrorists take over the greatest, largest, the biggest army, Nigeria army training ground. When we talk, people know gradually. There's that video. I can't find it, but I wish I can find it. If I can find it, I will be happy. Nigeria insurgent taking place, Afghanistan template. I don't know if I can see it. Afghanistan template. Afghanistan Afghanistan template. If I can find it. No, Afghanistan template. But if I can't find it, it is fine. But what I want us to know is that you wake up one day and find out that what or where you are is no longer what or where you are. What will you do? If you just wake up one morning and find out or hear that this Nigeria today has been taken over by insurgents, that they overpowered the Nigerian military, the Nigerian government, the Nigerian whatever, what will you do? Who will you run to? Who will you cry to? What will you do? I am asking you a question. If you just wake up to find out that Nigeria has been taken over by Boko Haram, ISWAP, ISIS, whatever, whoever, what are you going to do? Why will you not do everything now to stop it from happening? Now you have the chance. And all you could do is to look for who to blame and who to condemn and who to crucify. We have every chance to make the wrong right. We have every chance to make the wrong right. Just this morning or since yesterday night, some part of some part in Spain have been experiencing terrible torture of rain, storm, flood. So many people died, so many people are missing. So we see body floating in the air, in the water, I mean to say, yet no remedy. Even the flood overtake everybody. They know if you believe them. Anything can happen. I greet you if you are watching, if you are joining. I see Nolin. I greet you. One love. I see you, Chris Odense. I greet you, Sonny. You're welcome. One love. I greet you, and I see one day Solo TV. I greet you, my brother William and Louis. One love. Iwu Biafra. Ndewo. Chimere Chuku, Pastor with difference. I greet you. Today, I think let me just show you a little bit of what is happening in Spain. They are going through a hard time now. Spain is going through a hard time now. Very hard time. A very difficult time they are in now. You can imagine in a situation you can't help. You would want to help, but there is nothing you can do. You can't do anything. You wish to help, you wish to do anything to save the situation, but you can't even save the situation. You watch people dying, you can't help this situation. There is nothing you can do. That's just the situation in Spain right now. I'm trying to get some videos that so we can watch some that are not too horrific, because the pictures are too horrific. When you see people floating on the water, you see water taking people away, there is nothing you can do to save them. I don't know how many they would want to save. Mm. It's into you get a CB, honestly speaking. You get a CB. I pity the people. I think this in Valencia area. So I pity the people of those that have been affected in those areas. May God have mercy on them, honestly. May God have mercy on them. So this is part of what they are going through this morning, or even till now, since yesterday till now, this has been happening. And this one you are looking at now is not the most, these ones are just normal, they are not horrible. There are there are ones you cannot even look at. You will not, you will not have the gut to look at it. And this flood it rains like, you see brimstone. You see wetin they call brimstone. The thing they fall eyes wey thick like this. If e fall on top of motor, e go tear the motor roof. I don't know. It's just like big, big stones falling from heaven. That's the way these things are. And then if I can see one of them falling, I will show. I will try to show us before we begin. But I want us to know that whatever happens, God today, God will pass the enemy. God will have mercy on the people of Spain. Even right now, as they go through this horrific moment, this difficult moment, may God have mercy and may God
terribles del número de víctimas mortales que ha provocado a esta hora la Danajero.
Sí, al principio del programa hablábamos de al menos 13 muertos, pero desde anoche, cuando se activó el procedimiento de múltiples víctimas, ya podemos ofrecer un segundo balance que llega a través de la información recibida de los distintos cuerpos y fuerzas de seguridad del Estado y de los servicios de emergencias. En este momento y de forma provisional, la cifra de víctimas mortales asciende a 51 personas. Se está iniciando el proceso en estos momentos de levantamiento e identificación de las víctimas.
Bueno, pues nos quedamos con esta cifra, 51 muertos ahora mismo. Es el último dato del Centro de Coordinación, que depende de Interior. Nos van llegando imágenes de la unidad militar de emergencias que está desplegada en prácticamente toda la provincia, localidades más afectadas. Sí, sigue ahí como...
Pero en estas últimas horas este pueblo ha vivido una situación insólita. Es algo que nos han dicho los vecinos desde ayer por la tarde. Nosotros estábamos aquí en la Alcudia ya desde ayer prácticamente al mediodía, un poco viendo la evolución de ese río Magro, de cómo ya ayer, por ejemplo, a la hora del telediario tenía un caudal.
Are you seeing the situation? How water they carry both motor, both house, so but the good thing is that the rescue is there. There is rescue. Rescue there. Had it been is this when it happens where where there is no hope. I'm not saying no rescue. Because something difference is that when something is happening in a situation like this, you look around, you don't see anybody, you will hang on because you know that something is about to happen. Help must come. But in a situation like Nigeria, when this happens, just you look like this, you don't see anybody to help you, just forget it. Just forget it. But this, I promise you, under 24 hours, everybody will be settled and saved and safe. The situation is under control already. So I pray that um, those that are still alive and trapped somewhere, I pray that they will remain alive as they get saved. as they get rescued. I greet us once again. We move and we continue. So, my people, like I said before, I think we'll reach into what do you call it? Okay, this is my profile. Let's just see what is happening here today. Let's go to Twitter and see a little before we move. No, they like make.
Blackmail, whatever you want, but don't let any of it shake you. No matter what they say, no matter what they try, Biafra's story isn't going anywhere. Freedom doesn't die just because someone tries to stomp it out. December 2nd, 2024 is fast approaching. It's not just another date, it's the date. The moment everything we've been fighting for comes alive. See, history's always been shaped by those who refuse to give up. Look around, you know what I mean? Some might tell you to sit back and blend in. But look where they got us in the past. It's those who stood tall, the ones who refused to be silenced, that made change happen. And guys, that's the spirit we need now more than ever. This is Biafra, and Biafra means not backing down. Now, let's take a moment to think about what it's gonna be like on December 2nd. Just imagine it. The world's watching, trying to figure out if Biafra will rise. And yes, all eyes will be on us, on the rising sun, on a people who refuse to give in, refuse to lose hope. You gotta stay focused. Keep the vision locked. Because when that day comes, you won't want to look back and think, man, I should have believed just a little more. You know, history books are filled with stories of people who had a chance and took it, didn't wait for things to look easy or safe, just like those who held on to their vision of freedom even when it looked impossible. That's where Biafra stands right now, right on the brink of something massive. Dear Biafrans, there's no stopping what's about to happen. The journey's been tough, no doubt, with propaganda coming at us from every direction, threats piling up, and a relentless flood of blackmail aimed at shaking our spirits. But here's the real deal. We stay the course. Because December 2nd, 2024 is right around the corner. Biafra's restoration isn't a maybe. It's a reality. You know, when you're fighting for freedom, you gotta expect resistance. Take any liberation movement in history. Think about the American Revolution or even the fall of apartheid in South Africa. These were battles where the people didn't back down, no matter how hard the opponents tried to knock them off course. Now, it's our turn. They're gonna say everything to discourage us, twist facts, and paint Biafra as a lost cause. But we know better, don't we? We're seeing it all unfold with our own eyes. We're the generation that's making this happen. And let's be real, December 2nd isn't just another date on the calendar. It's the day we've been waiting for, the day when all these years of resilience, of fighting back against suppression, come to fruition. You're gonna hear the skeptics, the critics, and the doubters in these last weeks leading up. But let's stay grounded. Let's remember why we started this. The rising sun's been on the horizon for too long, and now, it's breaking through. And wait a minute, let's take a second to think about this. Once Biafra's fully restored, think of the ripple effects. Imagine what it would mean for Africa, for other nations fighting to reclaim their identities. This isn't just about one people or one place. This is a statement. This is history in the making. So guys, keep your eyes on the prize, and know that the light at the end of this journey is brighter than any obstacle they throw our way.
The British hate the Igbos so much before the Nigerian Biafran War. Why is nobody talking about one of the reasons why the British hate the Igbos so much before the Nigerian Biafran War? There was the British-Igbo War that lasted for 31 years, which is known as the Ekumenical Resistance, the agreement of the Berlin Conference of 1885.
You see, this war, I have spoken about it, I've thought about it here so many times. Nobody is taking recognition of this war. This is the first ever war and the longest war ever in this world. Longest, more than 30 years. Our people, when they tell you that we came, we met you as baboons, as chimpanzees, as primitive, as nothing. We brought our technology, I want you to know that our people were living with their own technology. Our people were not fools. Our people were modern in their own way. And had it been that our people were not invaded, by today, by now, our people would have been like innovating, producing, bringing out the best things. The scientific mode would have been a technical know-how of our people would have been, you cannot come close, honestly. Even till now, you can see when somebody that the British and the Western world believe you have to go to school. They have to learn it. They have to learn to manufacture aircraft, car, telephone, any other thing. Our people don't have to learn it because it is in us. Even in the Bible, God said that there are people he created to be craft makers. They are crafts. They have the spirit of craft. They were created with this spirit of craft. They will sit down like this and they will see the picture. They will get the directives, how to build aeroplane, how to build cars. That's why you see little children in Biafra land that don't even know how to write their name, that don't even know what is means in English. They don't know anything. They have not been to school before due to poverty. You will see them, they will come out, get one piece of iron and gather them together, and they will be able to put a car and a join wire, pick pieces of wire, join them together, and it will start moving. Because God created it in them. They don't have to learn it already. But these people, the Western world, have to learn. You have to go to school to learn. In medical field, you have to go to school, learn. You know, medical science are the most difficult part of studies. But our people don't go to school to become doctors. Our people will just stay like this. The inspiration will come. Take this leaf, give it to somebody that have tumor in the eye. It will go. He will take it and give it to go. That is how God created our people. God said in the Bible, and all herbs shall be food and the medicine. Is it not what God said? Who are the real people of God, the Christian? Listen to this man. Our people withstood them. More than 30 years. More than 30 years. After sending the bone now here. I beg you.
Why is nobody talking about one of the reasons why the British hate the Igbos so much? Before the Nigerian Biafran War, there was the British-Igbo War that lasted for 31 years, which is known as the Ekumenical Resistance. The agreement of the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885 gave the European nations the right to claim African lands and its resources. Britain, who had engaged in trade with the coastal cities before, made bold their intentions to claim all African resources. to themselves and rule over all indigenous nations in Africa. Many tribes resisted the British invaders. This led to so many wars. Many African tribes put up a great war against the British powers. One of such tribes were the Igbo people of ancient Biafra, who are now one of the three major tribes of Nigeria. The Ekumeku movement consisted of great number of attacks and uprisings by the Anioma people against the British from 1893 to 1914. The Ekumeku warriors were bonded by secret oaths. They utilized the guerrilla tactics to attack the British Royal Company, who were determined to penetrate Igbo land. The Ekumeku warriors were drawn from thousands of Anioma youths from all parts of Anioma land. As the war rages on, the Ekumeku warriors defended their rights to live peacefully without foreign interjection. While the British used heavy weapons, they destroyed homes, farms, and roads with heavy bombardment and bombarded Onitsha on November 2nd, 1897. This set the tempo for the rest of the war. They fought the Anioma people of Ibusa in 1898. The battle was so severe in Onwa Okuzu, 1904, that the commander of the British Army, Crawford, demanded for more arms from the British headquarters to crush the western Anioma communities. The people of Onwa again in 1906 engaged the British Army in gruesome battle that claimed the life of a British commander. Ogwashiku also faced the British Army 2nd November 1909 and made the British sustain a heavy blow. There were many casualties and deaths. The Ekumeku became a formidable force in the Igbo land and was a great source of nationalism for the Anioma people. It also served as a uniting cord that held together various stands which were independent on each other in the past. The Igbo were Republican people. Each town had a leadership that was drawn from its oldest men and families. The war would have lasted longer.
I wish I can have the full video. But all these are the stories we know already. But the thing they sweet when you listen to history from people that know how to. Helen Peters, Helen, no, where is my wife? Oh, Helen, no, where is my wife? Oh, go and bring her, come, oh, go bring my sweetheart. Oh, now you are go catch Helen, eh? Now you are no, and now you are no. I don't tell you. Now you are go catch. If I look for what it is, I go catch you. I go catch you. All right, so we continue. Okay, let's see this.
That you are supporting Nigerian government in any way, either in the Nigerian army, Nigerian police, Nigerian security, Nigerian immigration. The PM has said today, we are not against you, but if you wear the Nigerian uniform representing Nigerian government in Biafra land, you are going to pay the price, and you're going to pay the ultimate price for supporting a terrorist government that is in Biafra land. These are terrorists that kill our people, maim our people, burn our houses, burn our businesses, burn our homes in Biafra territory. If you are one of them, you have yourself to blame. If you are wearing any Nigerian uniform, Nigerian military uniform, Nigerian police uniform, Nigerian security uniform, sorry is your name. We have no prison, we have no jail. If you are caught inside Biafra land, you are gone.
So it be. So we continue to move on. Now, the news in details. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you. Fedi, how you there? Long time, oh. Fedi Sako, you don't tell. How you there? I hope you are good. Anyway, I know say they good. Chikuka Sylvester, I greet you. Amechi Jonas, they wo Shineyem MC. Mary Tech Camp. Mary Tech Camp. Now wow, I don't tell why I see you. How you there? Even for Twitter, no see you again. I hope you are there. You there, bam. Odums Philip, I salute you. I salute you. So quickly, let's go over to the news of the day quickly. Now we go just see the headlines, Nigeria news headlines, and then these headlines of yesterday evening. I was about to go online for this that yesterday evening when our PM announced that he will be coming live. So we have to do the needful, follow our PM first. Mhm. So this morning again, I say this news, it go good to make we talk about it. It no go good to make we just pass them like that, leave them, because so many people will not understand within we they talk about. These things where you see where they happen, so no be small picking matter. You understand? No be small picking matter, no be more matter. Now something will be say many people no even know say it dey happen for the country. These people where they defend their Nigeria, these people where they defend their Nigeria, I want us to know that their Nigeria is rotten and spoiled. In short, the Nigeria, everybody you see today in Nigeria is struggling to get their own piece of the cake. Everyone is struggling to get their own piece of the natural cake called Nigeria. Everybody want to cut. Everybody want to cut. As they are, some people are. When you see say your brother don't cut, give you go implicate them to get your own cut. This is Nigeria for you. Everybody is fighting to get their own portion of Nigeria. You hear Asare Dokubo crying yesterday. Hey, you deceive us. Oh, you tell us lies. Oh, the agreement. Oh, we are not agreeing. We are forming an alliance with the North. We are going to North. We form alliance with the North. We know what again. Oh, we are leaving the South. For where? Did you form an alliance with Tinubu for Tinubu to win election? That is what the Mumu did not know. You see, people don't even know what is happening. And the way you see him crying, oh, we will not follow the South again. Yoruba have betrayed us. Oh, we are going to form alliance with the North this time. 2027, we will form. I want to ask you a question. If you are a Nigerian, if you are a Asare Dokubo listener or believer or follower, that are following to join hands to form alliance that will never come, I want to ask you a question. Which alliance are you forming? Is it alliance to vote for a president that will win? Is it alliance that will be what for? You still had the overblown aggregate bread. Tell you that their fathers sign agreement that this will happen. Ask that Mumu, every agreement your fathers signed, was any of them fulfilled? Did they make attempt to start anyone? No. Just for the matter of just formality's sake, come and sign. We agree with you. All the agreement is signed with the oil producing communities to build schools, to build roads, to do the cleansing of the polluted waters, from the polluted waters to make sure the areas are clean. All the agreements that are entered to build road, to build houses, to build hospitals, was a or is there anyone that they are doing now? Have you seen any single one? They started not that they have carried out or they have fulfilled. Because if I say, did they do anyone, it will be as if, no. Even till now, are you seeing them doing anyone or even thinking to do anyone? No. The same agreement matter. When them promise Kensaro, we were, don't worry, just help us. Make we blackmail Ojukwu out. Just be there, blackmail Ojukwu out. After, just sign paper for us. Immediately we finish blackmailing Ogo, you finish blackmailing Ojukwu and Biafra for us. We are coming to build Ogoni land. We will make Ogoni heaven on earth. Kansara, we were signed. My land will be the best land. After he signed and betrayed Ojukwu and betrayed Biafra, what happened? When he come back, he said, this is not our agreement, yo. We will not agree. He carried papers, he carried billboard, he carried placard and said, we are not agreeing. Our land is polluted. Come and do the contract. Come and do the agreement. Waiting they do them. They say, it be like say you. It be like say you think say you don't get right, eh? I beg you come here, Jare. They go take and come out in neck. Na lie. So when we don't even reason, we will not understand what is really going on. So I want us to be reasoning very well. So when anybody is telling you, we signed an agreement that this will happen, ask that mumu who signed the agreement. How many years ago? The agreements that were signed even before the initiation of the plan to form the company called Nigeria. The alliance your fathers has been forming, you form alliance to vote somebody that does not need your vote. Tinubu don't need your vote to become a president. Did you vote Tinubu as a president? Today, all over the country, one Nigeria people, nobody accepted they voted Tinubu. But Tinubu is your president, isn't he? Nobody in Nigeria needs your vote to be anything he wants to be. In Imo State, did you vote Obuzodema as your governor? I don't know, we can sit here and count. You don't vote them in, but they have to be your leaders. This is what you don't understand. So, when I'm saying this is, for those that will be deceived by what Asari Dokubo is saying, alliance for what? Is it alliance that you will vote and they will listen? I want to tell you that even before, as we are now, if Biafra come and there is still Nigeria, because likely if Biafra come, Yoruba will start saying we want to leave as well. It might not happen immediately. It might take them a year or so. So when Biafra exit, there might still be left something called Nigeria. And then that Nigeria in 2027, as I'm telling you now, they have documents of who will be your president in 2027 if you're Nigerian. They have documents of who will be your vice president. I will show you something. I think I have a proof here. They decide and they bring to book, or they decide before time who will be your president. Do you understand? They decide before you know it. Before the time comes, they decide ahead who is to be the president of the country, Nigeria. They will decide. I think this video will explain it.
The problem of Nigeria can never be resolved by personnel changes.
No, it's not this one.
The system is designed.
No, it's not this one. That one is daily. Yeah, who is that?
Good morning, sir. Mr. T.
Oh, have your friend. They will.
Yeah, thank you. So, apart from giving back, I'm going to stop mistake here. I'm looking at quarter of my big room.
Okay, again, away.
Yeah, a book ticket. It's a my ticket. But now, was in the Kayeba. Come on, Kaya Simotan Hotel. Because my house was my ego hotel on complete. Now, not was possible. Now, it was on a hotel no way. So now, I meet you, Patrick, when you see after the night. Onye ka mmalite esi eme na hotel a na-asị na na-echeki enwe na-eto esimụta group hotel na-asị fine ebido mekwu tiketi by air sị ka mma ọ na-eso by group ka m ji nwa na onye ebe a na-agba tiketi onye ọcha na-agba tiketi eto na
chere cool down or air ticket ka ị na-ekwu ka ọ tiketi for Finland convention ke nke ị na-ekwu ke tiketi ị na-ekwu
enwetago ticket from Finland convention not the hotel and the air ticket. After my air ticket, only on a book with the air ticket no way.
Ngwa chere cool down. Let he get me. I'm na program now.
Oh, sorry, please, sorry.
Chere gemonte. I ga-aba na Google. Imagine I ga-aba ị na-emewu ihe na internet abi?
Not the only problem.
Okay, ngwa ị ga-akpọ m leta. Ị ga-aba na otu ị ga-esi eme ọ mesendịrị gị nọmba ị ga-akpọ, then they will help you. Okay? Just only sheta kpọchiga mazụ leta or send around voice note. Mama azaghị ya biko kpọchiga mazụ leta in the evening. Okay, that time. No problem. But one will have to go through voice note first. A problem anytime.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
bye. Okay, Biafrans, we're gonna know verse for that thing. I want us to know that the so-called what do you call it? Nigeria system where we say they decide who will be your rulers before the election. We see that Tunji of a man that tell you how, I've forgotten his name and I can't find the video, but most of you have seen the video. He tells you how they went to America to suggest who will be the best president for Nigeria in 2020, but I think in 2015, when Buhari, then they suggested Buhari for America. And then America noted, after they convinced America that Buhari would do good in being president of Nigeria. So that was how Buhari became president. And this, so many people don't even know. So you will think that your vote have anything to do with the president of Nigeria, with your governor of Nigeria, with whatever. No. Your vote has nothing to do with who becomes your ruler, because it's not leader. Nigeria never produces any leader. They produce rulers. They only produce ruler. So when you see people telling you we are preparing for 2020, it's a lie. They are not preparing. It's just to deceive you, to make you believe that your vote works. All they need is for you to come out that day. They go use camera, video you say people don't come out to vote. Haven't you seen what is happening whenever election reach? Ask yourself, in election ground, where you see koro, you see them say, police, army carry the ballot box, go burn and fire, go through where after that same vote where you see say they don't tear, they go still tell you say they count them na 100. Which how many is they count them? You don't ask yourself that kind of question before. These people deceit will never stop. It will always continue as long as you keep validating their lies and the evil. And you see some of us come to fight us because of this same Nigeria. Asari Dokubo today is telling you, preparing people's mind about 2027 that is not true. 2027 that is all lies. 2027 that is all imaginary lies. And people are buying it. People are taking it. People are believing it. This is the problem we have. If people will listen to the voice of reasoning to the truth and they know that this is true, oh boy, we no go get problem again. But our problem is that we don't believe truth. Rather, we choose to believe lies. Our people prefer to believe lies than truth. This is just the problem. If we choose to believe the truth, hey, you know, say things done better now. We no go get problem again. But we wait until we see the news from somebody like Abati Ruben Abati Abi, Ruben Abati, or Oseni, Rufai Oseni. Hey, if it is not them, you know, say the news no be true. So forget what Asari Dogobo is telling you or whatever. So my brother, my sister, if you are just watching me, try and hit the like button for me. So we continue. And before we continue, I think we will start with the aircraft. We start with the aircraft saga or Wahala, Nigeria aircraft. You see, Nigeria is a place where lies dwell. Firstly, I want you to watch it.
I went to Zaria, and there is even a letter to that effect informing them that we are coming, and we are coming this time around specifically on the issue of the helicopters. Therein, we are provided with all the technical details of these helicopters. Technical details. As of then, one of the helicopters just clocked 42 hours, another one 46 hours, thereabout. And this helicopter, for it to have a turnaround maintenance, must clock about 10,000 hours. So we know what we are talking about. I'm pained because as a result of this, a lot of people have died, Nigerians have died, soldiers have died, who are desirous of having these helicopters. And we even told them, they even provided to us the maintenance they've done thus far. One was about 500 and something thousand, another was about 500 and something thousand. And we told them, okay, since this is a government property, and it's another government establishment that is interested, because the argument they were giving for auctioning it was because it was not being put into use. Now a government institution have come over to say, okay, we want it. Something as very important as that. No proof. Not documented. They are just telling us that an auction took place, this. You can't even remember who the people, you can't even remember your own constituents. Federal Ministry of Aviation, you can't even remember who came. Something is wrong. As far as I'm concerned, most likely it was just a charade.
You said the auction of the two helicopters was conducted successfully on the 24th of May. For a sum of $1.2 million only. See attached evidence. Even though you did not put that here, but in your internal memo, you admitted that you collected $1.2 million for the helicopters. Can you see it?
I don't know.
Should I come and show you?
No.
You have seen it? Yes. So you concluded this transaction in May. You collected the dollars in May. The same May that they did advert in the newspaper.
No, the auction was done in May.
We are saying the same thing.
Yes, but payments.
You did your advert in May.
Payments were not done in May.
Your letter says
payments. This is an internal memo from procurement seeking approval to pay commission.
No, that's not
yes,
the one.
Yes, that is the memo that you are referring to.
Yes.
Yes.
Seeking approval. That means before you can ask for approval to pay commission, that means payment must have been made.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying now.
No, please.
You have received the dollars.
Let's look at this memo was dated 15th of June. That's after.
Answer the question that I asked. Answer my question.
Sorry, Honorable Chairman.
Yes.
As far as the document, the equivalent in Naira at the prevailing exchange rate were what was paid to the college accounts, which were remitted to CRF.
So who collected the dollars?
Dollars.
So why did they say they sold it for $1.2 million?
Because that is what it was auctioned for. $1.2 million.
So
payments at prevailing exchange rate.
It is our decision that the Ministry of Aviation will take steps to recover those helicopters as soon as possible and report back to the House. But from here, because the head of quality assurance lied on oath right inside the chambers, and the auctioneer presented fake documents to us, the sergeant at arms shall take them to our police post. Their statements will be taken, and the investigation should start from there. I so rule.
Now, you go ask me, wetin concern this with wetin I wan talk now? I want you to know that this is a country where everybody have to live on lies. Fraudulent, 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 fraudulent. Today, this is the one that happened last year or last 2 years. Somebody can sell anything in Nigeria. You can sell Nigeria property. And this is something people are there defending. This is the country somebody is defending. It's our country our own. You see, when we tell some people that they don't even know what they mean, they don't even know the meaning of the something they call their own country, they will not understand. You don't even know Nigeria you are dying for, you are defending. You are fighting your brother over a country, a company, rather you don't even know. You can't even prove. You don't know nothing about. This is the problem we have. So many people that are fighting. Didn't you see what is his name? Kenneth Okonkwo then fighting, telling you Peter Obi, hey, his only hope. Today, the same Kenneth Okonkwo came back to tell you that Peter Obi is not a man. Peter Obi have not even one single quality of leadership. But this is what even me too follow tell you before you that Peter Obi, you deceived people. People have died. People have been murdered. People's properties have been lost. People have lost their livelihood. People are homeless today. People are hungry today. People are on the street today because you deceive them to follow P2B. Because you deceive them, it's all about Igbo presidency. Today, the same you that deceive these people that you are not even concerned about what happened to them today, you came back to tell us that that same P2B you deceived them to follow is a fool, that same P2B is not a man, that same P2B is a sellout, that same P2B is nothing but a coward. That same P2B is nothing but a mole. Only from your mouth. Kenneth Okonkwo. Kenneth Okonkwo went everywhere to campaign. All of them, all the celebrities, they misled our people. Do you know how many people their houses has been broken or destroyed in Lagos? Some of them have to sow their hard-earned fortune in Biafra land to build in Lagos, and they were broken down. Do you know how many people their businesses were destroyed? Do you know how many people the breadwinners of their house were murdered because they went to vote for P2B? And what happened today? All of them that led you to go and vote for the same P2B are telling you today that P2B is not even the solution. Who is the solution? Where is the solution? What is the solution? And I want you to know that Nigeria is a place that fraud lead, lies lead. Evil is the height of it all. If you don't have any of the technical evil, if you don't know anything about evil, corruption, fraud, scam, bro, you go die for hunger. You go die for poor. There is nothing like justice. There is nothing like rule of law. There is nothing like equity. There is nothing like a good decision that will fetch you anything. That is why in Nigeria you see people like men of God doing something men of Satan cannot do to live. That is why you see them heartlessly deceive the poor and take the little from the poor to add to their flamboyant life, to go on private jet, private aeroplane, private house, private schools. That's why they have to extract, squeeze the poor, squeeze the life, the bread out of the poor to build schools in the name that this is the school of our church. Yet the poor man, the poor woman, children will never attend to that school because that is the way it is in that place you call Nigeria, because the country has been made, has been designed that it's either you frustrate people, it's either you suck people's blood to live, it's either you stand on the people, it's either you sit on people's head, or your head will be used as a seat, or your body will be used as footstool. So everybody is fighting to sit on people's head, to stand on people, or you'll be stood on, you'll be sat on. So what am I saying? This day, we have some news for you. So for instance, now this morning, you see this news, exclusive, how Nigeria Army bought refurbished 60-year-old firefighting helicopters abandoned in South Africa. Presented aircraft as new one. After the aircraft, South African aircraft that were of no use to South Africa, scrap, abandoned after 60 years. Scrap that were not in use for 60 years. Nigeria Army went and Musa, where is Musa? They went and they bought the aircraft, renovated it, Na renovation I call them. When they renovate and finish, they paint them, carry and come Nigeria, tell you say they don't buy new helicopters. You can imagine the impunity that is going on in that country. You see the one we see now, the video we just watched, how somebody single-handedly sold 2 Nigeria helicopters. Single-handedly. He sold them 1.2 million. And this is a helicopter that won what the level of that helicopter won what up to 6 million naira. $6 million. I mean, he sold 2 of them for 1.2 because he has nothing to lose. Everything again, helicopter no be own. All he need to do is to collect money and put for him bank account. Finish. And he did it. And you come here, you tell me nothing will happen. Did you hear that man that auctioned that helicopter brought to book? Did you hear he was sentenced to jail? Did you hear he... Hold on. This man, where is that man? I want to see him. Let me bring his picture. Where is him? This is the man that did this. A Funani man. Have you heard that this man was sentenced to jail? Have you heard that this man is in prison? Have you heard that this man was in court prosecuted? No, you cannot hear such a thing because he is not a Mecca. He is not Nnamdi Kanu. He is not Ifani. He is not Okeke. He is not Okuli. Had he been he is a Mefere, had he been he is a Wike, you would have known that this is not a small soup, but a hot soup. This is what people are not getting. Very simple thing. Very simple thing that people don't understand. You get the message? Very simple. So today, this one go sell it own. They can't go buy another new one. After abandoned for 60 years in South Africa, Nigeria go carry the helicopter, come back, say, that this one we want now. Now, new one. You can imagine how much they collected for these rotten helicopters. In the name of new one. I think I would like to read a letter for you. Let me just read. We have the time, okay? In June 2024, hold on, let me enlarge it. I'll see good if I did read you would see my soul. This is the helicopter. They don't paint them, design them, saying the Nigerian Army own after it has been abandoned for 60 years. Even if you say, you know, saying an oldest helicopter, one of the oldest. Now, listen. In June 2024, the Nigerian Army led by Chief of Army Staff, COS, Lieutenant General Tori de Labaja received 2 Bell UH and the IH Huey helicopters at a ceremony held at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja. Now, where is read more? Where is it now? Army spokesman Major General Onyema Nwachukwu, in a statement after the ceremony, claimed the helicopter were bought new. The Nigerian Army has taken a significant step in enhancing its operational capability with the delivery of the first batch of new aircraft, he had said. That means there are more rotten aircraft they are bringing, and you are there fighting me. When we tell you that Nigeria is over, Nigeria is no longer existing, you don't understand it. That's my problem with some people. They don't understand it. The batting of the aircraft marked a significant milestone in the development of the Nigerian Army aviation's capacity to provide air support for ground operation. The aircraft Bell UH to IH Huey helicopters were formally received by the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Toride Labaja, in a brief ceremony held at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, Tuesday, 20th June 2024. In a video also seen by Sahara reporters, the coordinator of Nigerian Army Aviation, Brigadier General Musa Akali, said, you know who with the talk? Musa no dey too. Said the introduction of the air platforms marked a new chapter in Army's operational readiness and ability to respond swiftly and effectively to diverse electricity challenge to diverse security challenges. Checked by Sahara reporters showed the helicopters were not new as claimed. The aircraft are former forest firefighter chopper in South Africa, used for many years and subsequently abandoned. Sahara reporters learned that the helicopter was previously registered at ZT, that's the registration, previously registered, the two of them, while in South Africa. They were, however, bought and refurbished by the Nigerian Army authorities. A check on Avcom.com showed both helicopters were put up for sale on Thursday, May 21, 2024. Two Bell Hugh helicopters, ZT-RCS and ZT-RAI, were recently noted flying at Rand Airport, painted in an overall olive drab livery. Those former forest firefighters helicopters had been in South Africa for several years, but were put up for sale earlier this year. Photos and videos subsequently published on social media platforms showed several Nigerian Army helicopters pilots receive training on these two helicopters at Henley Air. Allah. Anyway, we don't see enough of that one. Make it go. If you no one come out again, no problem. We don't get anything to hide. So you see what we are telling you. And meanwhile, today, officially, Nigeria done again add price for fuel pump. Every day they add price. You see, they go add price until fuel become something where you go get money. You don't go even. The thing is not even that they're adding price. The thing is that even with the money in your hand, you cannot see the petrol. You can't see it. It's beyond the Nigeria pass joke. They pass joke. Can you imagine? Everybody in Nigeria, especially when you are from the northern area, you have everything. You can't do anything. No law will catch you. No law is against you. Anything you do is fine and right. Nobody will dare come against you or come after you. You are right. Anything you do, anything at all you do, you they get a message. Okay, now quickly, another news is some of the companies that left Nigeria. Let's see. Full list. Let's see. Okay, here. Full list of the companies that are abandoned or run away escape Nigeria. We will just read the list of the companies that escape or run away from Nigeria. That's all we are going to read. We are not going to read the news. Excuse me, in details. Okay. In recent years, Nigeria has witnessed an increasing trend of multinational and local companies shutting down or relocating their operations due to economic challenges. Currency volatility, and the rising operational costs. The last company to announce its departure from Nigeria is South African grocery retailer Pick and Pay, which confirmed on Monday that it will exit the market by selling its 51% stake in a joint venture. Now, here, listen here. We're gonna carry on that part. Make me feel do something. Okay. Now, here are the list of the. Okay, now below is a year by year breakdown of companies that exited the Nigerian market from 2020 to middle of 2024. In 2020, we have more than 10 companies exited. All this rubbish. Why did they do this? Person no go fit read una news. Watch newspaper, make una comot. In 2020, more than 10 companies exited the Nigerian market as the impact of economic instability and other operational challenges become evident. Notable closure included Standard Biscuit Nigeria Limited, Nasco Fibre Product Limited, Union Trading Company Nigeria PLC, Daily Food Nigeria Limited. In 2021, the departure of companies escalated in 2021 with over 20. Oh God. With over 20 firms shut down operation in Nigeria. Among those who left were Tower Aluminium Nigeria PLC, Freeman Industries Limited, Stone Industries Limited, Mufex Nigeria Company Limited, and Sorex Foam Limited. In 2022, they continued. In 2022, the trend persistence in 2022 with more than 15 prominent brand season operations in the country including Universal Rubber Company Limited, Mother's Pride Ventures Limited, and Errand Products Nigeria Limited. You can go on and read on and on and on and on and on. PZ close, everywhere close, Kimberly Clark close, Microsoft Nigeria close. All of them don't close, even in 2024. In 2024, we have in 2024 we have the first 6 months in 2024, at least 5 significant Nigeria is finished. If you don't know that Nigeria is finished, wait for it. I will come explain to you. Say Nigeria is finished. If you don't know, I will explain to you. So make we read the remaining part of the news. So now, the what do you call them? The terror. Oh, hold on, we'll come there. We'll read as it is. But before we go on, I want us to see this as well. Let's see a video I would like us to see. Okay, so we continue. Now, listen. Now, this is from AIT News. From AIT News. And what is it telling you? Terrorists take over Nigeria's largest military training camp in Niger State. And I want you to remember, before we go there, I want you to remember we saw Niger State governor telling you that Niger State is where you have the greatest congregation of Funanis around the world. I have the video proof. I can bring the video. But I just want us to understand. They have taken over this. One day, you will wake up and hear that the insurgents have taken over the Nigerian government or Nigerian army or ASROC. What will you do?
I just want people to ask themselves some very simple questions. What if what happened in Afghanistan is actually what is planning to happen in Nigeria? A situation whereby one day we are going to hear that the armed forces of our country has been overwhelmed by the activities of hoodlums.
Not hoodlums, terrorists.
The insurgents of terrorists. And that they have given up so that the insurgents can take over the affairs of the country. Is that not exactly what happened in Afghanistan?
Exactly.
And they said that the government has collapsed and the Taliban has taken over. Looking at what is evolving in Nigeria on daily basis, one will begin to speculate that actually we are tilting towards that direction. And the question begging for an answer is, what are the authorities doing about it?
Nothing.
And the more you ask yourself that question, the more you discover that absolutely there is nothing the authorities are doing. I feel that the right to life is an inalienable right that nobody can take away from anybody. People are planning left, right, and center on how they are going to kill. And one more time, I wish to beckon on all the president generals of town unions for them to understand.
Now, you heard what he said, and you hear what is happening now. Before we read that news, I want us to see some things. This is the same Niger State we are talking about. Niger State is a place, according to where they have the largest congregation of the Funanis in the world. Largest in the world. Niger State. Okay? But people are not seeing this. People will not understand this. People will not hear or know or understand it. No. They only live to understand the lies they hear about me, about you, about Simon Ekpa, about Biafra. These only things they live, they want to hear. They don't want to hear the truth because they are quick to jump into news that are lies, and they will grab them and hold them firmly. Listen here.
The member House of Representatives, to also thank Mr. President for his support, and we need a lot of collaboration with both the local communities, the presidency, and even the state. We are looking at two options. First is non-kinetic. As a government, we have put in machineries to start talking to the bandits, the other elements that are not in tandem with living peacefully. So as a government, we've created a Ministry of Nomadic and Pastoral Affairs to look at the issues of the Fulani headsmen. You need to understand that Niger State has the largest congregation in the world of Fulani headsmen. Niger State is 8.3 million hectares of land with bodies of water. The pastoral environment is very good for grazing. A lot of Fulani across the world, not just Africa, converge in Niger State. So we don't want them to leave. So we don't want any major military activities. We want to talk to them. But if we don't get to that level, then probably we have to go fully military.
Now, he have not accepted to address them as Fulani bandit or terrorists or Boko Harams. No. But I want to ask you a question. If these people that are gathering from all over the world in Niger State are just Fulani people that want to come to Niger State and they rear their cattle, why would the army want to use any form of, why would the army at the first place go after them? I want you to reason, because here he is not telling anybody they are the insurgents. He is not telling anybody that are the ones that are sacking communities and taking over communities for themselves. Because if somebody come and they sit quietly as a good citizen, why would army go after you? So he is telling you now, he is presenting them as good people, and the army don't have to intervene or come or use any force at all against them, because they are the people that came in. They have AK-47, they have all sophisticated arms they use against the community. They chase communities away, they take over the land, while the communities they chase away remain in IDP camps. And today, they have succeeded in taking over the greatest, largest, the biggest Nigeria army training ground in the same Niger State, where this man is the governor, where he have told you that Nigeria army should not even come close to talk about anything. Is this making any sense to anybody? Are you seeing anything? Are you understanding anything? And I want you to remember also this video I'm about to show you. When you hear Nigeria government deliberating Islamization in the House of Senate, I want you to understand that this Islamization is not something like they must come and put gun on your head. You must go and worship where they want you to worship. It's not about worship. It's not about worship. It's about, people don't understand the difference between being a Muslim and being an Islamic cleric or Islamic fanatic. Listen to this.
They fear the growing popularity of this man, the governor of Zamfara state, who's risen from obscurity to lead this Islamic revival. 7 other Muslim states have now heeded his call. He says he won't stop until all Nigeria is under Sharia rule.
Do you think Nigeria should become a Sharia nation?
That is my ambition, and that is the ambition of every Muslim in this country.
They fear the growing popularity of this man, the governor of Zamfara state, who's risen from obscurity to lead this Islamic revival. 7 other Muslim states have now heeded his call. He says he won't stop until all Nigeria is under Sharia rule.
Do you think Nigeria should become a Sharia nation?
That is my ambition, and that is the ambition of every Muslim in this country.
Schools are now segregated by sex, but not by religion. Daughters of the few remaining Christian families, distinguishable by their shorter headscarves. Theoretically, they're exempt from Sharia, their lives still governed by the National Civil Law Code. But in reality, those who stay toe the line. Christian girls are forced to attend compulsory Quranic studies classes.
Very simple. You get the message. You remember that just last week, Nigeria were deliberating Muslim, Islamic, no Muslim, no Islamic. Do you remember that? You remember that very well. I want us to understand that this is just a plan that has been fulfilled. It's just like you have something you have planned, you have just planned it, you know the way you are, it just matured. All you need to do is to bringing them out little by little. Little by little. I want us all to understand that this is not a mistake. Listen to this one.
It's not about ransom. They just want to pass a message. We can come in. We can do what we need to do. And there are some hardliners in this government that are sponsoring this kind of narratives. They just want to show that they can Islamize this country. They think about Taliban. They think about the Mujahideens. And they want to replicate it in this country. And they don't care what happened. They simply don't care. As long as at the end of the day, there's Sharia and there is whatever thing they have in their head they want to achieve. So these people that are sending messages are sponsored by Nigerians. You remember this Boko Haram issue started since 2012. Yeah. And I was in the military intelligence that time. We arrested those people. It is my organization that actually conducts interrogation and interview. And they mention names. I mean, I can't come on the air and start mentioning names of people that are presently in government now that I know. Presently in government. That the boys that we arrested mentioned. Some of them are governors now. Some of them are in the Senate. Some of them are in Asu Rock. The intention is to Islamize Nigeria and practice Sharia. And it doesn't matter if some people die. It doesn't matter if you're embarrassed. It doesn't matter if our economy has generated. Look at the interest rate. Look at the inflation rate. Look at the debt profile of Nigeria. They don't care. As long as at the end, the Quran is at the sea. So some people in this country have this mindset. And we must tell the truth. If you tell the truth, you die. If you don't tell it, you die. Some people have this mindset to Islamize the nation. And they are in the government. And people know them. The DSS know them. The NIA know them. The DIA knows them. You can't succeed without an inside person. And this attack you saw has insiders collaboration.
Ego King, I greet you, my brother. You're welcome. You're well done. You see, for long ago, more than 3 years, I don't talk about Islamization of Nigeria. Our PM don't tell you long before 2020 about the narratives of yesterday. about the 1999 constitution, but people know the greed. People don't listen. People don't want to hear. They say you are making noise. I want to ask these people, listen, this man that is telling you this, he ran away to United States of America. Okay, he ran away to United States of America. He don't want to, because he have seen the danger coming. These people that are wealthy, that are rich, are influential, they have already prepared their own ways to leave you in Nigeria and run away. And you, as a photo you are, is fighting against your own savior. You are fighting against your own salvators just to save your oppressors. You fight against your saviors to save your oppressor. They tell you today, they are fighting against themselves. They are killing themselves. They say they are looking for Biafra. They will set up the group, which will include your brothers, your sisters, to go and fight, to go and sabotage. I want to ask you a question. If you hear say if you be Biafran army and you hear say me, they work with Nigerian army to come and eliminate you. If you see me, you go leave me. Because na me be the eye of Nigeria, the same way Ejiofor was the eye of Nigeria in IPOB. And when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu found out, what did Mazen Nnamdi Kanu do? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu get rid of Ejiofor. Bam. So if you are the eyes of Nigeria, whether in army, whether in uniform, whether not in uniform, against the Biafra army, when they find you out, they tell you already that they don't have prison, they don't have courts. They will only help you, show you the way to your God. When you go to God, now God go tell you where you go stay, whether not for prison or not be for prison. They don't tell you this one already. So I don't know why it is difficult for our people to understand. How long are we going to continue fighting things that are not true? How long are we going to continue fighting ourselves in the name that we are fighting for freedom? Today, we have so many people that have been deceived, that have been used, and they are dead. And so many fools are still coming up and voluntarily giving themselves to die for what they believe in, called Nigeria. And this is the same Nigeria that is about, that have been already Islamized, that people don't even understand. Let me go on and read this before we continue. I will read this. I believe I have up to 30 minutes more. Let me go on and read this for you before we continue. Jaja, I greet you, Jaja. Huh? They will. Now, terrorists take over Nigeria's largest military training camp in Niger State. The same Niger State, they said that there will be no kinetic approach. But I want to ask you a question. Have you ever heard that Biafran people, Biafran army, Biafran activists took over any community from anybody? Have you ever heard that Biafran people took over people's community? Why is it that Nigerian army are all in Nigeria state? Today, do you know what Nigerian army is doing? Nigerian army is going about inviting all that retire to come back to military, because nobody want to join military again. Because those that are even military today are running away. Those that retired voluntarily are there. Those that are escaping by running away are there. They are more in number. So the army is empty. I want us to understand something. eyes of everybody are now open. You don't expect to call a Kanuri man, a real Hausa man, to come and fight a Biafra man for you. You don't expect to go and invite what do you call them, Yoruba people to come and fight. Like when Banjo was used against us, when Awolowo was used, nobody will be used this time. You have to fight your battle. Onye isi kote bukita ogbakasikwa ya ogwani ihe ano n'enu, but people are not getting it. Igarakota, let Gowon children come and fight the war. Let Gowon should get his children and grandchildren ready to defend Nigeria. Yeah, Gowon should get them ready. They should have been generous, waiting all over Biafra land to fight this battle for them. He wants to keep Nigeria one. That is his dream. That is his desire. And he will not die by the grace of God until he sees Nigeria disseminated. Nigeria State House of Assembly has raised the alarm over takeover and the occupation of one of the biggest military training camps in Nigeria by terrorists, saying the government have also chased away about 23 farming communities within the area. 23 farming communities, 23 farming communities has been chased out of the area. Not just that they took over, not just that they took over the military training ground. And this is not just anyhow military training ground. It's not just an empty ground. When you hear military training ground includes the facilities, armors, armories, helicopters, fighter jets, equipment, ships, warships, all of them are in this training ground. And so when you hear that the terrorists have taken them away, it's not that they took away, take over, it's not that they have taken over empty training. No, it's not a field. It's military training, and this is the biggest so far that Nigeria have. They have taken it away and they are not bringing it back because the man called the Niger State governor have already told you that they need more Fulanese to come to Niger State, and no army should disturb them no matter what they do. Leave them for us. We know how to talk to them. And he told you also that Niger State is the highest place, the place you have the highest congregation of Fulanese in the world. He repeated, I mean in the world, not in Nigeria. You can imagine the number of Fulanese that are gathered in Niger State. You can imagine. So I go on to read. So now, they have taken over and chased over 23 farming communities. 23 farming communities. One, they have to chase away these communities because they need space for their families that will come and occupy the area. Two, you are crying for food, rise in prices. You see why I pity our people that knows nothing. Our people that knows nothing, I pity them. When you think that a day you don't go to market is the reason why you are suffering. Are you listening? In Benue State the other day, all the community, you see the governor of Benue State, I have the video here. If you have not seen it, argue. Tell me I'm telling lie. I will bring the video for you to see. The Benue State governor, Benue, I'm not talking of Niger, Benue State governor that is known as, Benue State that is known as food basket of the nation, the governor came out and was crying, telling you that now the what do you call it, that we are known as the food basket of the nation, but it is quite unfortunate that we cannot produce food anymore, because when people go to farm, they will be chased away, they go bite, they go clear them. So now it is so painful that our people are suffering and we don't know what to do. I don't know how many of you have seen that video. I'm trying to see if I can see it. I will still flash it for our people to understand. And you see them standing or sitting in the Senate, deliberating or debating whether Islamization or no Islamization. When you see them tell you that there will be no Islamization, Nigeria cannot be Islamized, all these are to distract you. All these are to make you believe that you cannot be Islamized. But already you are into Islamized land. In the Kano, I think Kano last week, when they had election, they have to deploy their Hispa police instead of Nigeria police. You heard the man, former Jigawa State, Jigawa or Zamfara State governor, tell you that his mission is to turn the whole Nigeria into Islamic state. And he has succeeded in winning over 7 states. This happened more than 10 years ago. So you can imagine by now how many states they have. So now they have Hizbah, they have Islamic police, they have Islamic army, they have Islamic immigration custom, they have Islamic court, they have Islamic judges, they have Islamic lawyers, they have Islamic doctors. I wonder. And they are not spiritual. All these are physical. You have said, go type in the YouTube, not Google, YouTube, Islamic police. You will see them. And they are being paid. Allocation is being allotted to them on yearly basis. The same way allocation is being allotted to Nigeria police is the same way they allot to Hispa police, Islamic police, Islamic army. The same way the budget for Nigeria justice system is the same way the budget for Nigeria Islamic system. People are not seeing all this. You will come to the social media, all your problem is Biafra. Why Biafra? Nnamdi Kanu must die in detention. He is deceiving people. What has Nnamdi Kanu deceived people about? What is this that Nnamdi Kanu have told people that is lie? What is this that Simon Ekpa have told people that are lies? What is it that I have told you that is a lie? That Islamic police is here, Islamic army, Islamic. Have you not seen them? Have you not seen them? Are they secret? I'm not even exposing any secret by telling you we have Islamic police. I'm not even exposing anything by telling you that Boko Haram have a secretariat in the north that they run by their people pay taxes, because it's not a secret. Yet, our people are not listening. Our people will not listen. Our people will not want to believe. May God have mercy on us and help us to understand the reality, the truth, the cocoa of the matter. Now, listen to this Benue State before we go on.
Hassan Yabani, new Commissioner of Police, Benue State Command, received at the Government House by the Chief Security Officer of the state, Governor Hyacinth Alia.
By my tradition, I'm not an armchair police commissioner. I like going out and see things by myself. And this I did while I was in Plateau, and I want to replicate it here. I have come this afternoon to pay respect to His Excellency, to assure His Excellency that I'm in Benue State.
This is again the season when our families do what they know how to do best. But unfortunately, a number of areas have been occupied by unknown gunmen because they come in to land grab and then to maim and to kill. And for some reason, no one has been able to make a hold of them. So with very good policing by your ranks, there will be something new in town, that renewed hope that will continue to keep us alive and keep democracy alive.
A familiar terrain for the new.
Sorry, did you hear him? That is Benue State Governor. You heard him very correctly clear. So today, when you are hearing of Islamization, I want you to ask yourself, how and when are you supposed to understand that you have been taken over by Islamic agenda? When and how? This is something people don't understand. When and how do you know that you have been Islamized? Today, you see them in the Senate, they are only deliberating and telling you, you cannot Islam. Look at the kind of situation you have in the place you call Nigeria, where the Senate will sit down to discuss. You cannot Islamize this country. You cannot make out a citizen. You cannot Islam. You can imagine what it all means. After they deliberated, you cannot make cow a citizen. After 2 days, they establish ministry for Malu, ministry for cow. Is it not true? And today they are arguing again. You cannot Islamize this country when the country is already Islamized. Anybody arguing that the country will not be Islamized should have started by fighting against those that have been Islamized and shamed. In Benue State, you heard him. This happened earlier this year. He tell you the governor made this speech earlier this year. We are not talking about Plateau, Jos, Mongo, the other places that they have completely taken over. Musa, that is Nigerian captain, football captain, you know him very well. He don't have ancestral home again. As Kanu Nwankwo play football, finish, go home, go to Abia State in Papa house. Musa no get Papa house to go home. Musa only have a house he built with his money in a city, probably in Abuja. Maybe that's where his family, his mothers and relations are living. As Jejo culture will finish and go to him Papa house, Musa no dey go house. Are you getting the message? As a son Doli said that say his name is Kelechi, say he's not Igbo, will finish and go to him Papa house and see his community, see his peer group when he was little. Musa no get that kind of situation, that kind of opportunity again. Probably everybody he used to know don't finish. They don't come out and finish. So today, they tell you that Islamization will never be portion of Nigeria. Reject it in Jesus' name. You are not rejecting it. Make una reject them in Jesus' name now. Julian Obi, Johnny Wise, Clement, Eze King, Eagle King. All of you, wait and watch me. Reject it in Jesus' name that Nigeria will not be Islamic country. This is all we say to deceive ourselves. You use your mouth to deceive yourself. Instead of fighting to save yourself, you use your mouth to deceive yourself. I reject it in Jesus' name. It will not happen. When you have the opportunity and privilege to defend yourself against that situation, you use your mouth and deceive yourself. Ostrich, you put your head in the dust. I reject it in Jesus' name. It will never be my portion. Wait now, make it not be your portion. I go know how it no go be your portion. When you no one fight for your freedom, rather you are fighting against the freedom that is coming to save you. You think why they you see how they deceive you people? Why didn't Moses say, "Oh God, we want to take us to the promised land in Jesus' name"? Why didn't Moses call for that? Why didn't David say, "This battle, oh God, we win it in Jesus' name"? No. David asked God, "These people has taken what belonged to me. These people has come to my land and taken over my land. What do I do?" God said, "Go and take over your land. Go and take your land back." The same thing he said to Moses, the same thing he said to Joshua, the same thing he said the same thing he said to David, the same thing he said to Samuel, the same thing he even said to Saul. Go and take over. Don't let anybody take over what belongs to you. But people are not getting the message. Today is Jesus that will go and get it for you. Even after Jesus has given you your land, you are waiting for Jesus to come down from heaven and carry and give you. Jesus will not go on your good there. You pray, God answers your prayer. It's your duty. It is left for you to go and occupy. Even the Jesus we are talking about in the Bible say, "Occupy till I come." He did not say beg until I come. He said occupy. And when somebody took over what belonged to you, what do you do? Take it back. The kingdom of God suffereth violent, and the violent shall take it by force. Did you hear? The violent shall take it by prayer. Did you hear? The violent shall take it in Jesus' name. No, take it by force. Go and take what belongs to you. Today we are here deceiving people that Nigeria cannot be Islam. Every day we get the same matter. Listen, 23 communities, 23 communities. 23 communities. Look at it here. 23 communities were chased out, including the Nigeria Army biggest, largest training camp taken over. 23 communities, all farming communities. The training camp is located in the Nagwamase military cantonment in Kantongora, headquarters of the Kantongora local government area of the state, Niger State. The Nagwamase military cantonment Kantongora hosts the largest military training camp in Nigeria, where personnel of the Nigerian Army Artillery Corps undergo training. But according to the state lawmakers, the facility has been taken over by the terrorists. The assembly therefore urged the state government to liaise with the military authority to flush out the terrorists from the training camp, which also play host to the 23 communities in the area. In a motion of urgent public importance brought by the member representing Kontagora 2 State, Second State Constituency, Abdullahi Issa, during plenary on Tuesday, the military camp, which occupied very large pieces of land extending from Kontagora local government to part of Mariga local government, is now being occupied by the gunmen. According to him, the military camp is now known to have been taken over by terrorists who are said to have established at least 8 different camps in the area. Are you getting the message? The presence of the terrorists of this training camp, the presence of the terrorists on this training camp, which now severe as their heaven, have posed serious security challenge to communities within the camp, both in Kontagora and the Mariga local government area. He pointed out that the last month, communities within the training camp have come under intense attack from the terrorists who operate with impunity, adding that some members of the communities that were abducted during the recent operation were still being held by the government. After much deliberation, the assembly urged the state government to, as a matter of urgency, liaise with the military authority to intensify effort toward flushing out the terrorists from the training camp, adding that these will allow the host community to return to their homes. The assembly also urged the government to give the military the necessary support towards securing the training camp and restoring peace to the area. Now they tell you that they want you to they are fighting to restore the communities that were taken away. Lies. Have you ever heard of any time that any part of Nigeria were taken over by this insurgent and they have been recovered? Have you heard that any part they took over has been recovered before? Have you heard of such? No, you cannot hear it. They cannot return any bit. Even a toothpick, they know they return. Even a grain of sand, they know they return. I want us to not forget in a hurry the housing scheme by Vice President Shetima. The housing scheme to build housing over 1,000 or 100,000 houses for Fulanese in Benue State, in the areas that the people of Benue, indigenous people of Benue, were sacked into IDP camp. Nigerian government is going to build houses for the Fulanese in the place where you have sacked the people into IDP camps, and you are hoping that these people in IDP camps will return tomorrow morning. That was why they have tried everything to occupy Biafra land they could not get. And the least they could do is to say they are coming to establish studies and this and that and that. I want us to understand that whenever you hear them telling you, we are going to do this, we are going to flush out, we are going to finish out, forget these people, oh. Forget them, oh. Forget them. Forget them.
Mr. Speaker, our Constitution allows for freedom of worship of all religions. Mr. Speaker, we would not sit in this hollow chamber and restrict ourselves to just a few. If we begin to put such components into the Constitution, tomorrow the ecclesiastical faction comes up. The day after, the traditional faction comes up. The day after, all other components begin to come up. And what happens to our grand norm that is supposed to be the foundation of our existence? Mr. Speaker, Nigeria has never limited anybody from practicing his religion. You go to states like in the north, where you have Sharia being practiced as the criminal code for those states, it is because it's peculiar to them as a people and as a persons. By the time we begin to expand it and bring it into our constitution, we are not an Islamic state. We're a secular state. We're not a celestial state. We're a secular state. We are not a traditional worship state. We're a secular state that respects and gives everybody a sense of belonging. We're a nation. We need to be sensitive to the mood and the existence, freedom of speech, freedom of association, to live in happiness, not a scenario whereby there could be some misconceptions. To this end, I wish to crave the indulgence of the sponsor of this bill that he steps it down for more legislative input, and consultation, which would be more in tune with our beliefs and the norms. But I do not believe it is a legislation that should pass for second reading. I so submit.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my respected colleagues. I want to comment as the second to the last speaker spoke. In fact, the bill that was moved by the sponsor, we are supposed to commend him. I agree Nigeria is a secular state where we have different opinions, traditions, religion, and what have you. But if you see this motion or this bill, it will help Nigerians to know that these commercial banks, especially Taj Bank and what have you, many people have perceived that these banks are specifically for Muslim, while it is not. So by expanding this nature, I believe when it is encompasses to everybody, many people will see the benefit of this bill, and I believe in a near future, many people will see that the mover put this in a right direction. Thank you very much.
Honorable Kuye.
Did you get the last speaker's motion? That because a bank, there is a notion or insinuation that a bank is owned by Muslim people and only Muslim people patronize that bank. When you Islamize Nigeria, we know that there is nothing like a Muslim bank and no Muslim bank. So everybody can use the bank. Are you getting the message? Hey, Shineke. You don't even know that you are already in Islamized Nigeria and you are waiting to see Nigeria Islamized.
I rise to add my voice to this all-important motion for a bill to amend our constitution with respect to the expansion of the description of Islamic law. Let me start by saying that the constitution mandates our government that they shall not adopt any religion as a state religion, meaning that Nigeria is a secular state. Number two is the fact that Section 38 is very clear as to the rights given to all Nigerians in terms of choice of religion and how they worship. Section 2 goes further to say that Nigeria is a federation consisting of the federal government and then the state governments, giving the states the liberality to adopt whatever kind of law they want to use in governing their people. And that's why we have some states with all this Sharia law and all of that. They are permitted to do it, the State House of Assembly. But the Constitution, as a ground norm,
that governs all of us, the traditional institutions, the Obas in the Yoruba land, the Igwe in the east, the Shakiri, the Fulanis, the Hausas, gives us only one right, the right to choose whichever one we want. We can therefore not allow this constitution to become so filled with frivolities that is supposed to be the mandate of the state. We have all been clamoring for physical federalism. Give more power to the states to do it the way they want, to do it in the way of the culture of their people. And that's why I will want to implore the mover of this motion to please allow us to please step down this amendment for the time being so that we can deliberate more on it. Because of course, Islamic law. In 2019,
yes sir, Kwakwansia,
in the Constitution, the Constitution did not envisage the dynamism and the development coming off in the country. In 2003, the Constitution did not recognize that the Islamic commercial law, Islamic company law, Islamic international law, Islamic public laws. In 2003, Mr. Speaker, Taj Bank came up under the commercial Islamic law. In 2019, another bank came up under the commercial law. That means the Jaiz Bank, not the Taj Bank. The Jaiz Bank was in 2004. The Taj Bank came in 2019. Mr. Speaker, sir, if you look at the personal law, it only encompasses marriage, divorce, and the inheritance. Therefore, what I'm requiring is the removal of the removal of personal in section 24 of the Constitution, section 262, section 277, and section 288, so that other relevant laws like the public, the commercial law, Islamic commercial law, the Islamic company law, the Islamic international law can have a place in the Constitution. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, this is what I want the honorable colleagues to support so that this amendment can be done. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Did you hear him? They want Islamic law in... Hold on. Listen again.
The removal of the removal of personal in section 24 of the Constitution, section 262, section 277, and section 288, so that other relevant laws like the public, the commercial law,
they want Islamic commercial law. You know what this means? Ikotonya, I greet you, my brother. People know to understand. There is already Islamic. Nigeria is already Islamized. They are just trying to impose the laws in some places, like where you are in a market, you will not trade what you want to trade. When you go to market, you want to sell something like women trouser, Islamic law will prohibit you. That is number one thing he is telling you. Commercial law. Listen to him.
And 19. Mr. Speaker, sir, if you look at the personal law, it only encompasses marriage, divorce, and the inheritance. Therefore, what I'm requiring is the removal of the removal of personal in section 24 of the Constitution, section 262, section 277, and section 288, so that other relevant laws, like the the commercial law, Islamic commercial law.
They want Islamic commercial law. This hey, Honorable Josh, I greet you from all the way from America. I don't enter America now. I did Maryland. Now. I greet you, my brother. There was Mazi. So they want Islamic commercial law. One. Listen, another one.
The Islamic company law, the Islamic international law.
Islamic company law. Already, many of you don't even know that this commercial and company law is ineffective. Are they not the ones that destroyed your beer in the north? And said they don't want beer. Despite that beer money, taxes are being spent in the north. Are they not the one that destroyed our people's hotels in the north, telling you that hotel is evil? What is the company law again? They want it to be the whole country, but they want it to take over, to take effect in the whole country. That is what they are seeking. Because if this is what they are seeking for the north alone, it's already in existence in the north. I don't know if you are getting me. I don't know if you understand me. They want Islamic company law, commercial law, bank law. They can help us to understand.
Can have a place in the Constitution. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, this is what I want the honorable colleagues to support so that this amendment can be done.
And when they tell you this is what they want to, so I say those that agree say I, those that don't agree say nay. Those that will say I will always be higher because this is what they have agreed in the secret before they come to open. Do you understand? They have already agreed on this. Who is calling me? I'm about to round up. They call me. Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon, Honorable Ugo.
And they will. Oh. Yeah.
Yes. Analysis Islamization. Section international Islamization business Islamization something. And all these things because we don't that is what they want. And here we exactly the law. These people make inside
Okay. He go to onye ga-egbu mmadụ biko. Okay. I'm now. Okay. You see, it's okay. Oh, the man. Here, this video now you see, it's a video that I kept it. I just wanted to hint on it. Not that I'm doing. I want to do analyzation of the video. No, but this video, you see this particular video you see here. If me, I sit down now to analyze this video, it go take up to 2 hours and I no go finish them. Because everything in this video they said is something that so many people will see as, you will see the other side, you no go understand them. Now, I wanted to stop with this here now, but let me go back a little bit. Let us listen to this man again, as Iko Toye requested. Listen to him. Because this is, like I said before, something that has been happening, but people are not getting the message. Remember, when you hear that somebody blasphemed against God, it's not that you come and say, God, I curse you, you are evil God, Allah is evil. No. If you are a woman and you tie your hair, some hair come out, you have blasphemed against God. Do you know that? If you are a woman and the way your cloth, somebody mistakenly see the hand of your bra, you have blasphemed. And you know what in that law say? Na stone they go take a to bolonya. You understand? If you are a woman and your baby is crying in the public, and you try to save your baby by hiding like this, giving him breast in a public, even if you try cover your breast, make nobody see them, you have committed abomination. You have blasphemed against God. And you know what that means? So I can go on and on and on explaining to you what blasphemy means. So this commercial law, this man, company law, commercial law, bank law, this man is talking about, probably he is not asking about Islamic banking now. He is telling you commercial banking law, commercial law, trading law, business law. If you are working in a bank and you wear these things you wear, if you stand up, you draw your hand, you have blasphemed against God. Are you getting the message? Make we hear him again. Listen to him.
Islamic law. In 2019, another bank came up under the commercial law. That means the Jaiz Bank, no, the Taj Bank. The Jaiz Bank was in 2004. The Taj Bank came in 2019. Mr. Speaker, sir, if you look at the personal law, it only encompasses marriage, divorce, and the inheritance. Therefore, what I'm requiring is the removal of section.
Now, they want some laws to remove so that the Islamic law will be fully in enactment. They want something to remove so that the Islamic law they want at this time will be fully enacted. I don't know if you are getting me. These people are not afraid of anything. I want to ask you a question. Do you think Abaribe get the balls to stand in the assembly and they demand that something will be removed, some laws will be removed, not amended, that some laws in some sections will be removed so that Biafra land will be developed, so that the Igbo land will be developed, so that there will be equal right? Do you think Abaribe have that ball? Abaribe no fit. They no born am. He no fit. But look at this one. They came out the other time and tell you they want cows to have right like you, Abaribe. They want cows to have right like you, Akpabio. They want cows to have right like you, Tinubu. And they were deliberating it like a joke. After 2 days, they said, okay, make on a no first. What do you want? We want ministry for cow. And they got it immediately under You see, all this, when you see them coming to deliberate this, it's just to deceive you. They have, you already in Islamized country. They are just giving you a hint of what is going to be your fate from any moment from now. You will wake up one day and hear that no man should wear low waist again, or those boys that are wearing low waist. No girl should wear something make we see your hand or brow or your chest. You go cover like Aisha Yusuf. You remember Aisha Yusuf now? You go dress like her by force. On a thing say that to do Biafra nya 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 nya. Listen to him.
The removal of personal in section 24 of the Constitution, section 262, section 277, and section 288, so that other relevant laws, like the public, the commercial law,
other relevant law, you have to remove some laws for the relevant laws, like commercial law. When they have the power over the commercial law, what do you think will happen? And when they will begin this, they will tell you it's only for them in the north. You remember? They will tell you it's only for them in the north. I want to ask you a question. Who are those business people, traders in the north? Who are they? Are they not your brothers? Like I said earlier, our people's hotels has been demolished in the north. Our people's business restaurants has been demolished. Yeah, many of them. When Ezife Okwadike was alive, he told you how one man that had 3 hotels lost all the 3 hotels in one day. That they came to him to beg him to go and beg. But already they have destroyed, they have demolished the first one, demolished the second one. Before the owner run to him to Abuja, he began to call, to beg that they will spare the hotel. But I am asking you, even if they leave them today, tomorrow they go still break them. Those are the commercial law. They are demanding now, so you will know. They have already told you that you cannot sell alcohol in their land. Is that not commercial law? These people have every right to tell you anything. When you see them coming out here, like I said, to talk about it, to discuss it, to bring the law, to deliberate, to debate, to motion, to pass or no pass, is for you to know that this should be extended to other states that claim they are not Islamic states. They want commercial law. For what? Banking law. Islamic commercial law, Islamic banking law, for what?
Islamic commercial law, the Islamic company law, the Islamic international law can have a place in the Constitution.
When you have Islamic international law, Islamic company law, do you know what that means? Before you think you want to go in and import something in China, the Islamic body will have to examine your whatever you want to do. You have to submit. They have to examine, see what you want to go and buy from China, see what you want to go and buy from America, see what you want to go and buy from anywhere. Will this be okay for the Islamic body? Will this affect our Islamic children? When you want to act a movie, they will look at it. Will this be okay for our Islamic children? If not, people know they get the message. I go, because the video plenty. I just forward them to come here to talk about this. We go talk about this video. Don't worry. When I get time, I go talk about this video. I will talk about, we go watch them from beginning to end. We go talk about it. And let me tell you, whenever you see them come up with anything like this, and you see they say we will talk about it too, you see the other man telling you, I pray that this will stop here, it doesn't pass second reading. Who tell you? Say you no go pass second. Who be you? Who born you? Who born you to say you no go pass second reading? When you know that you have to put it in vote, those that want this to come into second reading, they will, and you no go do anything.
Therefore, Mr. Speaker, this is what I want the honorable colleagues to support so that this amendment can be done. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Did you hear him? This is what I want the honorable colleagues to support. You think him saying this, the other northerners will say we don't support this? No. It's only when it comes to our own, you will see somebody like maybe Abari say, I'm raising a motion that the military will be removed from Abia State. Those who want to say aye, those who don't want to say nay, you will see Ojo Zokalo will say nay. Rocha Zokrocha will say nay. Their brothers demand though. But this one don't make demand now. Come and see the whole north. They go pass them. Remember at the end, the deputy speaker said that they have to go and read the bills and come back for this. So probably when they will do this now, nobody go see them again. I beg, I have to stop here until we go do this video. It never passed to do. To me, those that know me know that even if video take 20 years, as long as the message in that video is still valid, I go use and do program. So this video, I go use and do program. One day, maybe tomorrow, maybe today, I never know. Whenever I remember to use this video, I go use them. Because there are so many things surrounding this video that people don't know. Today, they have taken over the army training ground and they chased over sack over 23 communities in that area. Nobody is talking about it. Rufai will not condemn or shout. Is to tell you that Simon Egba is writing about Ngozi, what is her name? Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. He's not afraid to use the name. When you decide not to face the reality, but lies will consume you. I will stop here, my people. Like my video for me. I beg, try and like my video for me. God have mercy on us all. Thank you all for now. Bye.
They try me, then kill her. They try me, then stop her. Biafra ga bialele, Igbo ga nalele. Biafra ga bialele, Igbo ga nalele. Iye chukwu dele dege melele, iye chukwu kule kuge melele. Kama mame enu na nagabiga, kama mame enu na nagabiga. Ndilo bialaleti. Oswimi Bialaleti, Ndiwo heavyweight. All over the world we pull weight. Ibulonyi will jubilate. If you know like freedom, you dey hate.